crazy quilts. This is actually my current default quilt because it is quick and easy to make. We've done several workshops on it, and you can see I've got 2 quilts in front of me that are made the same way, and our starting point was 6 fat quarters or 5 fat quarters, and then there was precious little waste. But having got yourself to that point, it occurred to me that maybe you haven't got fat quarters, maybe what you've got are scraps. So I thought, well, what do we do with those? Well, let me show you. As a quick recap, you would have made yourself a series of templates using the Crazy Quilt template in the middle. And this was the block that I used, or the series of templates that I used for the quilts in front of me. It's got the big Crazy Quilt piece in the middle and then the series around. I'm not going to recap on that. You can see that in our Crazy Quilt workshop. I keep this, as you can see, beautifully sellotaped together. But I do keep it for future use, and I have another one here from which I have taken the sellotape off, so I'm left with 6 pieces. I've also got in front of me a series of scraps of fabric. This is from a shirting quilt that I'm in the middle of making, but they are none of them big enough to do a whole block. I can't start off with the 10-inch square that I did using the previous workshop, but they are certainly big enough to use these templates. And the beauty of these templates is you don't have to think about seam allowance. We've taken care of that because it's all part of the easy construction. So how would I go about cutting these? Well, I would choose my piece of fabric. Let's take this one and find a template that I think will fit on it. You don't have to worry about where the grain is unless it's, you're particularly fussy about the stripe, but I can pop that on there. How would I cut it? You can cut it with scissors if you like, but I'm not very good with scissors, so in order to, I was going to say, just for the camera's purpose, I'm just going to take that off there. I've got a flat-headed pin, my flat-headed flower pin in there to hold my template. It's template number 3. And I'm just going to cut round it. Remember, I did say you don't have to worry about the seam allowance. That has been taken care of when we drew up our block. We're just going to go round. I have numbered these templates because it just reminds me where they go back. So I would do the same with another piece of fabric. That's particularly a large piece, so I can get this piece off here. Again, probably 2 flat-headed pins in this one. And remember to keep yourself safe. And always cut away from you. So I'm putting the ruler on top of the template and cutting up alongside it. That goes back in here. It does help to have numbered these just to keep yourself. I'm just putting these any which way. I'm sure they'll work out fine. The middle one. So there we go. So there's our crazy block made with individual bits of fabric. And you don't have to, the magic is you don't have to worry about that seam allowance, because if you look at the main workshop, you will see that the seam allowance is taken care of as we flip these over to sew. You sew them in the reverse order, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 is the only one that is the exact shape, and you just sew your seam allowance here, you flip it open, and then that one goes onto here. So I hope that will give you another use and some bit of inspiration to really look into your scrap stash and make a really scrappy crazy